Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So we are continuing our McClelland Grand Oriental Series. We decided to do it a week early because two reasons. Number one, I wanted to do a Christmas blend next week for, getting so close to Christmas.
Yeah.
And secondly, the one we're doing, the McClelland, is the Katerini Classic. And there are so many blends out there. Well, there's a lot of blends out there right now that are using Katerini as a condiment, whether it be a Perique Katerini, a stoved Katerini, or just Katerini in general. And so it's going to kind of give me an idea of what these other blends I might be able to expect as I smoke those to taste this one. Just a pure Katerini kind of a blend. The Cringle Flake from Sutliff is out. There's still some available. We're doing that one on the 26th of December for our tobacco tasters. And so you might consider going ahead and ordering that if you want to get a taste of what the Katerini really does to a blend. So, of course, the Birds of a Feather had the Perique Katerini in it. And the Pipe Force
has stoved
Katerini.
That's what I was about to say. Because I was like, methinks it reminds me of something with this smoke.
Yep. All right, so this is a McClelland blend. It is an Oriental Virginia. It has only two types of tobaccos in it. It's got Katerini and it's got Virginias in it. Yep. It is a coarse cut. It came in 50 gram and 100 gram tins. It is no longer in production. Strength on this is mild to moderate. There is no flavoring added, so the taste on this is mild to moderate as well. So let's go ahead and start talking about this one a little bit and get an idea of what the Katerini Classic is like. By the way, we are smoking 2007 blend.
Yes.
So, what do you get out of the tin note?
I mean, it's a very vegetal taste. It's not very strong. I don't know if that's because it's aged or
Wait. Vegetal smell. You said taste.
Vegetal smell. And it's not very strong, like overpowering type of tin note smell. It's just a very good, solid, slightly grassy smell with the Virginias mixed in there. This whole Grand Oriental series has been somewhat missing the one component that I always go to when it comes to McClelland blends. Now, of course, I started really smoking after McClelland's wasn't really a thing anymore. So, I don't know all of their blends and all of the selections and everything they had available to them and all this other stuff, but it's missing that ketchup-y.
I don't know. I get a little bit of that acidic, vinegary.
I can't tell if it's because of the age or if it's
it is going to be a little subdued with the age. I mean, this is 2007, so we're talking about, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2 to a 16-year-old tobacco.
I'm getting a lot of vegetation, a little bit of nuttiness. Right here, we have written down kind of a light cocoa and a dried fruit, maybe more akin to a fig. And I'm getting that a lot more than what I would get for, like, their classic, I say their classic McClelland smell. I'm not really sure if that's what they pushed or not. I just know I love the ketchup-y, very tangy, vinegary type smells and flavors coming out of their Virginias. Mm-hmm. And knowing that this is a Virginia blend mixed with that Katerini, it seems to have been aged. And that Katerini, I will say this, though. It's not unpleasant, because it reminds me of something else that I smoked through that I don't have anymore, because I can't get it until it comes out.
Man, I do get a little bit of that vinegary, that acidic vinegary kind of smell. But what I dig on the McClelland's Virginias is that sweet and sour. Yes. That they always have. Yeah. And this has a little bit of that in there. But I'm with you a little bit that I get mostly earthy vegetal smells. Mm-hmm. When we first opened it up, it almost smelled like it had cumin in there.
Yeah.
It was like a spicy cumin. Man, there's a lot of layers to the tin note. Um, it's herbal for sure.
Yeah.
It's very herbal. I read some places where they smelled. Some guys reviewed it and said that they smelled kind of a curry smell in there, but I'm
So
not
that
familiar.
cumin, turmeric kind of, because I said turmeric is what it kind of smelled like to me too.
I'm not familiar with curry. I don't eat curry-based foods, so
Asked just a lot of turmeric, a lot of cumin, a lot of garam masala, a lot of curry powders, things like that. Earthy, very spicy vegetal flavors, very going in there, and just that's I kind of get it. A curry scent is what they're talking about. That Katerini's a big star in this one.
I don't get the cocoa that you got. I don't get the nuttiness that you got. To me, it's mostly that typical McClelland, Virginia smell, along with some of that herbal, vegetal kind of smell.
I'm still getting the back end of that cocoa, and I think the nuttiness is being blended into the cocoa flavor, cocoa scent that's coming through. So I'm matching the two. When it's just like a dark chocolate kind of earthy, very bitter, semi-sweet kind of smell coming through.
You know, the funny thing is that I always thought Oriental blends or Oriental tobaccos in general, just the straight Orientals, since they were mostly grown in the Macedonian region of the world, that they would be similar in taste and in scent. But they're not. This is totally different than the other two that we've already tried.
Yeah.
So that's
This,
really
this one is just way different than the
that's
other
really educated me a little bit on these Orientals, and I'm looking forward to trying all the others too.
Yeah, because the other two didn't they have a little bit of one of them had Latakia in it a little bit or
No,
something?
no, none of them had. They're all Virginia Oriental blends. There's no Latakia in them. The first one we did was Smyrna #1, and the second one that we did was the classic Samson.
Yes, okay.
Which Smyrna is the same as Izmir. So, you know, but it's just so weird that they're so close in the region, but they're so different in taste and profile. Interesting.
This
very
Katerini is so different. I mean, there's only a couple other flavors that I've tasted before in other blends that I've matched, and like we said, we'll get into
the
that.
tin note is nice if you like the vegetal herbal kind of a smell.
Yeah, very, very. Yeah, it's like a taste of the Middle East kind of thing. The kind of smell of the Middle East.
Interesting. All right, well let's talk about our taste on this one. What do you think?
This is where it stands out. The taste. Nothing. I mean, it's just Katerini, just Virginias. Those Virginias do exactly what they're supposed to do. Balance out the blend. Give it that tangy kind of light sweetness, little woodiness going through. Like that's the Virginias. The Katerini bumps it up with a little bit of like that herbal spiciness that we were talking about in the scent. It's it's very earthy, very cumin flavored, very not spicy like hot, spicy like it's touching all, you know, the 4 different palate types of your taste buds, and it's just moving around your whole tongue with that flavor, and that Katerini's just doing it.
You know, I get much more of the Virginia in this one than I did in the other two. This one has more of a McClelland Virginia flavor to it, where you're getting the sweet and sour, and you're getting that tangy zest, and you're getting the woody, grassy kind of flavors to it.
That tangy Virginia McClelland.
Yeah, what if I'm supposed to be trying to taste the Katerini in this? It's difficult for me to pull out those flavors. I would say the only thing that I'm really getting different than what I would have gotten from a 5100 McClelland Red Virginia is just a little bit of herbalness and a little bit of a kind of a musty sweetness. But it's really, it's working my palate. It really is making me have to think about what's going on with this.
I'm telling you, the minute I get an inhale, tiki masala, butter chicken, you know, all these different curry flavors that are coming through, all these different Middle Eastern zangs, the spices that are hitting my palate, it touches, it doesn't just, you know, like sometimes when I smoke, there'll be certain sides of my tongue, you know, like the taste profiles, that get a little more zing and a little more hit and a little more flavor. This one's touching the whole thing. To me, that Katerini is playing with all of my senses.
It's really interesting.
It's working it the way I want it.
Because it's hard for me to pick some of these things out. I can tell you this: it's not heavy. It's a pretty mild smoke.
It is for the flavor that I'm getting coming through here. The amount of hit I'm getting is not very much at all. It's very pleasant, very easy. This smoke, and so far, I mean, this particular one is a little dry for us, but it's doing well for me.
I like the flavor. I really do. It's not. There's not any one thing that's just really strong. It's pretty mild,
and it doesn't feel like the two tobaccos are competing for, you know, who's the main flavor. It's like both of them are hitting you at the same time.
This is interesting. This is different.
This one
is very different.
Out of the three so far, this one's my favorite.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that.
It's just so it's complex enough to make you go, this is tasty.
This
but
is
it's
a
simple
very
enough.
pensive,
Yes.
thought-provoking smoke. You don't want to smoke this while you're mowing the lawn or anything like that.
No, this is a sit-down, nice glass of scotch. Enjoy. But it's also simple enough and easy enough to smoke to where you can just sit there and smoke it while your whole time. Even if you don't figure out what it is, you're going to have a good smoke.
Sweetness to this. That's kind of developing as I go through it also.
Yep.
Really nice. What do you think about the room note?
It's a pleasant room note. Not offensive. It's not pulling anybody in, though. It's your typical tobacco room note. Guys who are smokers going to find it okay. They're going to find it, ooh, I want to know what that is. Your guys that are arrow smokers are probably going to be like, I don't want to touch that. And then your people who aren't smokers at all are going to be like, yeah, please shut the door.
I think it's pleasant. I think it's just a beautiful room note. It just kind of, it's that extra layer of complexity to the smoke that makes you stop and think also.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
I'm thinking more along the lines of like, because now I've created an area in my house where I can smoke in my house. I'm building up my own little smoke lounge at my place. And when I think of like room note for this particular smoke, would I be able to smoke this in the house without making anybody go, hey, stop smoking?
Yeah.
That's where I go for the room note on this. And this one would be one that would be like for people like my wife who doesn't smoke pipes and do stuff like that. You know, no, probably not.
What do you think about moisture content? This stuff was bone dry.
Yeah. I don't know about the tin that we haven't opened, but this stuff was dry. And the composition of the ribbon cut it's the ribbon cut.
It says coarse cut.
Cut.
Yeah, but so there are some ribbons in there.
But it's
but there's also some chunks in there, you know.
But they're all dry. So,
well, I think this is the condition it was in when Warren opened it. Warren gave me this sample.
Oh, thank you, Warren.
And I think that was the condition it was in. So it's pretty dry. It's, compared to the others that we've tried.
Yep.
What do you think about nicotine?
This is mild to moderate. It's It's not so strong that you can't smoke it. I don't think it's an all-day smoke, but just because it's McClelland and it's
Yeah,
it's
hard to get.
it's a complex,
expensive.
yeah, and it's a complex kind of contemplative
In
blend.
its day, when it was available, would you say it was
This would have been
smoke?
this would have been something I would have smoked.
See,
from-
for me,
in the morning and then in the evening, probably not through the workday.
For me, I don't think I would have smoked this all day because it's too many things going on that I want to stop and
Pay attention to.
pay attention to it. So I probably would. This would have been a treat for me. You know, maybe in the evening.
Yeah, this might have been something I smoked first thing when I woke up. To enjoy.
Woke up.
Sorry.
Woke
When
it.
I woke up, just to enjoy my cup of coffee, watch the morning and smoke and enjoy that 15 minutes that I get where nobody else in my house is awake. And then at the end of the day, when everybody's going to bed and just enjoying my smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. The nicotine on this is almost nil. There's not a whole lot there, but that wouldn't stop me from smoking it because
I'd
it's
keep
just
smoking,
really
yeah.
really good. Yeah.
It's tasty.
This comes from McClelland, the small heart-shaped Katerini leaf grown from Samson seed on mountain slopes in Greek Western Macedonia is delicate, elastic, robust. The aroma is subtle. Notice the sweet, mild, curry-like flavor in the mellow Virginia-based blend. Easy to pack, delightful to smoke.
Yep.
Katerini is a very important tobacco producing area southwest of Thessalonica on mountain slopes of mainland Greece, Western Macedonia. The small heart-shaped leaf that takes the area's name and makes it legendary to grow is grown from Samson seed. So this is a form of Samson.
Yep.
Interesting. Katerini leaf is light golden in color, delicate, elastic, porous, and robust. It has a more subtle aroma than Samson, but notice an especially sweet, mild curry-like flavor in this fine blend.
Yep.
So this has been really a cool smoke, a dry smoke, no heat, no tongue bite.
No.
We've already said that this is a thought-provoking
It's
smoke.
like it awakens my mouth. It makes me want to think.
Yeah, it tingles.
Because it tingles all of your. It's not burning them. It's not doing anything, but it's making my tongue active, and it's almost intriguing because now it would be like, okay, how do I pair this with a drink? And now some of your more complex flavors that are harder to get and things like that in certain alcohols. Would this bring it out? Because it's almost like it's just waking up my mouth and saying, taste this, taste this, taste this.
Yeah.
It almost seems a waste to have a glass of, well liquor or something like that.
Something,
you want
this
something
difficult
good.
to find would also require me to drink something that's also equally as difficult to find.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe like a Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare,
Yeah.
something like that. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, something like that. This is really a pleasant smoke.
Yeah.
Boy, but that vegetal taste is just starting to really become the main flavor that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it came in 50-gram tins, 100-gram tins. It's no longer in production. I bought this one at the Chicago Pipe Show for $45. And that's considered to be a pretty good price.
Yeah, it's considered to be fair.
Yeah. Because normally I've seen them go from anywhere from $50 to $75 a tin for a 50-gram tin. So,
Yeah.
But, I think everybody should try this.
If you can get your hands on it, it's worth it, guys.
All right, well then, as we go along, we'll start kind of comparing them to each other and ranking what our favorites are. So far out of the three, this one is my favorite.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too. The other two were pretty good. This one so far has just done so much to my palate that
And it doesn't wear my palate out.
No. It's something that
I could pick up another pipe right after this.
Yes, immediately.
Yeah. So take a look at the tin. It's Katerini Classic from McClelland. If you go to a pipe show or see some online, make sure you try it. All right, guys. Well, that's our show for this week. Next week we'll be doing a Christmas blend or a holiday blend. And then the week after that is time to do our tobacco tasters. So December is winding down.
Yep, it is.
Next week will not be at the Dearleys, but the week after that might be at the Dearleys. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, we thank you for watching. Don't forget,
make all your piping moments count.
We'll see you next week. Have a great one.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.